On everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Cheese Lord, and today we have a different video. We are spectating a match today in Madden NFL 24. So I call it the PooperBowl, is when the two worst teams in the league face off, and part of being the worst team in the league is that you have to improve over the offseason to be better next year. So I have last year's PooperBowl, which is going to be the Bears versus the Texans. Bears at home because they had home field. Bears at home because they had the worst record. The Bears, I assume, are going to win, but let's just see how they go. This is last year's PooperBowl. Alright, this is going to be an interesting watch. Alright, let's see what we can do. We are just watching today, so let's see what happens. And the kickoff. Going to go back. Their turn is going to be brought out, and it's going to be stopped at about what looks like the 22. Alright, Texans are going to snap CJ Stroud, and it's not going to be a handoff. It's going to be a fake. They'll 360, and it's going to go for only 2 yards. CJ Stroud's first pass. It's going to go out of bounds to Robert Woods. Stroud being his rookie season, expectations are high. He'll snap it, and it's going to be a handoff, a halfback stretch to Dameon Pierce, who's going to spin, evade, and get more of the first down, go to the 45-yard line. A 16-yard rush for the second-year running back. Texans on the move, not having momentum yet, but looking good. Stroud's going to snap it, and it's going to be another handoff to Dameon Pierce. He's going to find a hole, only go for 3 yards. Brisker making the tackle, holding them to only 3. Stroud will get the ball and hand it off again for 2nd and 7. He just won't have the blockers, but Dameon Pierce is going to fight for an extra few yards, only getting, I think, 2 or 3. Now going into Bears territory, though. It's 3rd and 5. Let's see what the Texans can do. Stroud is gonna fire quickly and find, I'm not sure who. Brisker is gonna break it up. He's gonna find Dalton Schultz, the new addition to this team over the offseason, and they're gonna get stopped short of the first down. Question is, what will they do? The new head coach decides that they will be going for it on 4th and inches. Stroud is not going to hand it off. Throw it a little bit more downfield and find, who is that, number 2? He's going to find Robert Woods deeper downfield to get them up to 50 yards passing. What a gain by the Texans. Texans snap it, hand it off to Dameon Pierce. Looks like we have a common theme here, but Dameon Pierce is not going to get any yards, getting tackled by Gordon, stopping straight, and the Bears will gain back their home field momentum. Texans having their good field position. Looks as if it's going to be a run. It will not be. And, Stroud will find, is that Mechie? They'll find, Robert Woods for his 3rd reception, 32 yards. Tackled by Edwards, short of the first. On the 15, or the 14, we got a little bit of motion from Stroud, and it's a handoff. Who could have expected that? And, Houston, Andrew Beck will get injured, and they will get stopped, so nothing good coming out of that run. Andrew Beck is going to be out of the game for at least this the rest of this possession. Texans looking for a kick, a field goal. We'll see if they can do it. And they will take the kicking team off of the field. CJ Stroud going for it on 4th and 1, feeling that pressure feeling that momentum from the previous 4th down, and they will get a reception, but not for the first down. Bears will get possession on about the 13-yard line, I believe. The Bears are going to be one of the most improved team of the offseason. We're going to see if those improvements are worth it. Fields will snap it, and he'll hand it off to, I'm pretty sure it's Homer, not even their running back, 1, and he'll go for 6 yards. A good gain to get them out of that little pocket. Fields will snap it from the 20 and hand it off again, and he will stutter and only get a few yards. Khalil Herbert coming in with Greenard getting the tackle. Texans defense looking rather good right now. It's going to be a 3rd and 1. Let's see if the Bears can convert it. There'll be a handoff with an open bit of field, and Khalil Herbert will rush and get them to the 33-yard line. A nice rush for the first and way more. Fields will get the snap and, oh, will not hand it off. Fields is going to scramble. Fields is going to get the first down with some blockers. Juke out one of the defenders and go out of bounds at the 39-yard line. What a rush for Justin Fields, trying to prove himself this season. And they will get their next bit of momentum to help them win this game. Fields will get it for the first down, and he will get sacked by Winovich for his first sack of the game. I mean, what a play. And tempers are going to flare a little bit with Fields, obviously being mad after just being sacked. At the end of the first quarter, we'll go into the second quarter with a 0-0 score. Fields near the 50. He'll throw it near the sideline and get a few yards, making it 3rd and 7. Fields looking for the first down. He has an open man. Oh, he has an open man downfield too, and that is going to be Chase Claypool going for a big pickup, putting them now on the 15 and getting the first down. Straight into open field, nobody covering him. What a play for the first down. First down on the 15-yard line. Let's see what Fields can do. Fields is going to scramble upfield, try and make a defender miss, and push forward for 3 yards, putting them now on the 11. Fields is going to snap it, and Fields will throw it down and have an incompletion, first of the game, making it 3rd and 7. We've seen Fields in this position before, having a 3rd and 7, and last time he had a big pickup. If they get a big pickup this time, it's going to be for a touchdown. Fields snaps, and he's looking for a man. Doesn't find anybody, but he finds an open field and will rush and get super close to getting into the end zone, being stopped on the half-a-yard line. Fields, he really wants to exploit his legs this game, and I feel like he's going to do that the rest of the season. This is looking like it's going to be a run for the touchdown, which it should be. Could be a QB sneak. And it's going to be a handoff. And Khalil Herbert, I believe, is going to make a big jump into the end zone. Actually, that's Deontay Foreman. Deontay Foreman getting a touchdown, which is going to be really nice for the Bears, putting the first score on the game. Look at that vertical. The extra point will be good. The Bears will take a 7-0 lead with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left for CJ Stroud to try and tie it up. The kickoff is off, and it will be a touchback, which sending the Texans to the 25-yard line. The Texans are going to need CJ Stroud to be the diamond in the rough. Being able to take him 2nd overall is really good. Of course, Bryce Young being taken 1st, which people are debating if that was the right option, but CJ Stroud is going to look to be the franchise quarterback for the Texans right now. And he'll snap it, and it looks like to be, oh, and it looks like whoever that is, 31, is going to get a bunch of yards. 31 is going to go to the 10, the 5, and it is going to be a one-play drive for the Texans. Number 31, Dameon Pierce. I mean, he was hurt last year. We haven't seen his full potential, and this year is going to look like a breakout for him. A 75-yard rush for the Texans, looking to tie the game up. One-play drive is all that you could ask for, and they are going to get it. The game is tied. 10-second drive, one play, 75 yards. Wow, Dameon Pierce might be the turnaround for the Texans in this game. That will also surpass Houston for over 100 total yards and getting them right on the barrier for rushing yards at 98 in the game. Texans are going to kick it off. Let's see if the Bears can get some yardage. And it is going to be a short return, being taken down at the 23. The Texans are going to have to watch their run defense, considering, you know, Fields is such a weapon. Looks like that might be a goal. Fields will step back into the pocket and will throw a dud onto the floor, missing his receiver. Fields being called a running back, not helping his case by throwing that pass. Hopefully he can get some better yards, and a contested pass will get knocked out from the receiver. Fields on a 3rd and 10. He'll snap the ball. Not a lot of pressure. He'll check it down. and it's only going to be about a 3-yard gain, making it 4th and 7. The Bears look like they're going to have to punt it right here. Jalen Petrie with the breakup. Not the breakup, the tackle. The Bears with the questionable choice for a 3rd down, reminding us of the Vikings at the end of their playoff game to end their run. And it'll be a shorter punt, bring it to about the 40, and it'll be about a 5-yard return with a big stop in the 45. The Texans have stolen the momentum, by the way, for I think the first time in the game. Let's see what they can do with this newfound power. Stroud will snap it and hand it off to Dameon Pierce, who's looking for 100 yards. Instead, he'll go for a... Oh, it's not even Dameon Pierce, it's Devin Singletary. He'll go for a 3-yard loss, making it 2nd and 16 already. It was actually a loss of 6. Stroud will keep the ball. Not a lot of pressure. He steps back, feels the pressure now, and he's going to try and throw it, and it'll be a fumble. Number 99 will take it, not touched. He's going to run, and he's going to get a fumble 6. CJ Stroud dropping it at number 99. I don't know who that is going to get a fumble 6. Looking good. Gibson. As you can see, the ball, he tried to let it go, and he just got hit at the wrong time for Gibson to grab it and not get touched by the offense. He'll get that fumble 6. Texans upset as they lose their momentum. The Bears gain a big amount of it, and the kick to make it 14-7 is good. They'll go to kickoff and get closer to the 2-minute warning for the Texans. Honestly, that's what the Bears wanted, and it's what the Bears kind of needed. They will get the ball at half too, what I believe. Oh no, the Texans will. So the Texans, if they score here, that could be a big opportunity. If not, they do have halftime to, or they do have the second half of the game starting up to help them. Texans not loving the game right now, and it'll be a touchback. Let's go to the 25. Stroud will snap the ball, and he will give it away to, Dameon Pierce, and he will fumble the ball, and the Texans will grab it back, but they only get a gain of 1 there. Scary position, as the last time they fumbled, it was a fumble 6. 2nd and 9 for the Texans. Stroud will throw the ball, and it will not get the first down. Stroud going 6 for 6, and Robert Woods getting his 4th reception, averaging a little over 10. Make it 3rd and inches. The Texans normally doing good. They will throw it, and it will be a completion. It's 1st down. Stroud being really good, breaking 50 passing yards. Noah Brown will get his 2nd reception. Stroud will snap the ball, step back a little bit, and throw it to number 85. And 85 will fight and get some extra fighting for that 160 yards offensively. Noah Brown. 1st down, only a minute left. Stroud's going to have to speed it up, only being on the 50. Stroud will throw it deep, and it will be broken up, having his first incompletion of the game. Still having a good line of stats. Stevenson breaking it up. That was a big play for the Bears, but the clock is stopped for the Texans, helping both sides. Stroud will step back, throw it deeper, and it will be juggled, and Johnson will drop it, not getting the interception, but also not gaining any yards for the Texans. It'll be a 3rd and 10. Stroud has seemed to panic as this clock has been rolling. I mean, it's a common thing for rookies to do. He'll step back and throw it a little bit deeper and find number 8 completely wide open. That'll be John Mechie back after his scary cancer incident last year. He will have his 1st year in the NFL here, not being a rookie though, returning from his leave from having cancer, which he is fully cured from now, thankfully. Stroud, step back, throw it, and it will not be a completion, throwing it behind his receiver. Kind of see that pressure start to build. His stat line was 6 for 6 before that 2-minute warning, and now he's not making a lot of his throws. You can't just blame Stroud. I mean, of course, he's panicking a little bit, but that Bears defense is also stepping up here. Stroud will throw it, make a completion to Robert Woods, and He'll go down. Texans will take their first timeout. 40 seconds left on the 8-yard line, hoping for a touchdown before half so they can receive again and take the lead for the first time in the game. 3rd and 2. You gotta panic. You don't gotta panic, but you need to know. Throw it to the end zone, and they will. It will be Robert was seeming to be the wide receiver 1 for this game, and it'll be a touchdown, making it 13-14. Now we just gotta see if they can make that PAT and tie it up. Beautiful throw by Strouden. You gotta say Woods got some nice separation in that end zone, which is a tough thing to do, having not a lot of room to work with. Texans trying to tie the game up and make it a close game for the first time. Not a close game, but a tied game for the first time, and they will get it. Bears will only have 35 seconds to make some magic happen so that they don't have a bad situation leading into the next half. The Texans will kick it off, and let's see if the Bears can score any points before half. As this return is looking strong, they get the good return and bring it to the 27. As Fields will come out and try and make some magic happen. Fields, his specialty this game has seemed to be scrambling, which kind of has been what he's been doing recently. But he needs to make some big plays right here and not just go for these short passes. He'll make a pass to DJ Moore, the new pickup over the offseason, and they'll get 3 yards and activate their first timeout. 2 remain. 28 seconds remain. It's 2nd and 7. 2 timeouts remain for the Bears. They need to do some deep plays here as Justin Fields will step back, feel the pressure, slip screen it, and they will get the first down and have to activate a new timeout as Khalil Herbert cannot get outside of the field. And only having 1 to be left with only 22 seconds left. The Bears are going to need to do some longer passes. Fields is going to need to rifle his arm, which we know he has it in him. He'll step back, roll out, and throw a pass over to his, I'm not sure, Cole Kmet is tied down, and he will get out of bounds, which means that they can keep that timeout, but only having 17 seconds remaining. They're going to at least try and get a field goal here, hopefully not walking out with a tie and the Texans having the ball. Fields will roll back more. It's another slip screen as the blocking is good, but they will get short of a first down, making it 2nd and 2. And their final timeout has gone away. And 10 seconds remain, which means that this is, if they can't execute this play well enough, it's a completion. If it's a completion and not out of bounds, this quarter or this half is going to be over. Tie. For the field goal, this is going to be a long field goal. And from the logo, it is going to be missed. It's going to go to the right, as that is a nearly impossible field goal to make, only made by somebody like Justin Tucker, but it did have that length, it just didn't have the accuracy. The Texans will have 7 seconds and be on the 48 to try and score a field goal. Even if they don't, they just don't not want a turnover. Let's see what they can do. The Texans, CJ Stroud will go back and air it out, and it will be an out-of-bounds pass, meaning that they only have 3 seconds. This has to be a touchdown because although they do have 2 timeouts, I don't think that they can go all the way down the field and then take a timeout. Stroud with the snap. Stroud will step back, feeling comfortable, and he will lob a pass up, and it will be complete. But time has run out, and we will be seeing you guys in after halftime. Let's go to that halftime report with the actual announcers.
All right, BG, thank you very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports halftime report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
I was actually wrong. The Texans will be giving the ball to the Bears to start out the second half. The Bears looking like an advantage here and having a little bit of momentum. Kickoff for the second half. will be here, and let's see what the first return will be. Out of bounds for a touchback. What a kick. Let's see what the Bears can do for the start of the second half and the third quarter. First play of the second half. Let's see what Justin Fields can do. He'll feel comfortable, throw it down. It'll be completion to, I believe, Darnell Mooney. And he will go for 7 yards, making it 2nd and 3. Houston almost allowing 130 yards on the game, and it's only a little over halftime. 2nd and 3, we'll see what the Bears can do. Justin Fields will throw it to Cole Kmet, who will get more than the first down, being on the 41-yard line. His second reception, going for over 10 per reception. Kmet being the tight end, he was able to fight, but it didn't give him any extra yards. Fields will get the ball, and he'll be pressured out of a sack. He will be able to throw it, but miss his receiver, being a close one. That was honestly just a play for both teams being able to get to the quarterback, but Fields being able to throw it out. 2nd and 10. The Bears looking to get into their territory, and Justin Fields will go for the scramble, which will go to 9 yards. Fields looking a little bit hurt, though. Hopefully he can get up and continue this game. Fields being fine. He will have to, he'll have to get this extra yard that he couldn't get. And he will actually scramble for it and get suplexed. No roughing the passer. But Justin Fields will get sacked by Will Anderson Jr., the 3rd pick in the draft by the Texans. Just wow, I cannot believe they didn't call that. 4th and 5 for the Bears, though. They will be going for, oh no, it will be a punt, which will give the Texans, honestly, not the greatest, but it's a high punt, and oh, they'll get blocks and go to the 35-yard line to give them some actually good positioning for their first drive of the second half. Both teams looking electric on both the offense and defense. We'll see what they can do. It's a handoff to Dameon Pierce, who cannot get any yards, being brought back to the line of scrimmage. It will be at 2nd and 10. Houston has a lot more yards in every respect than the Bears. Stroud will air it out, and oh, he will find his receiver, but it will get knocked out by Brisker. Wow, I mean, that was certainly a hit, and it will force the incompletion, and it will make it 3rd and 10 for the Texans. I mean, Texans fans have got to be upset after that one. Stroud will have to get this 3rd and 10. You gotta think it's a throw, and it will be snapped. Stroud will step back, feel the pressure now, and he'll be able to get it out of his hands, not take the sack. And bear down has been enabled as the Bears will gain back momentum. This game is looking more defensive now than it was before. The Texans are going to punt for the first time this game. It'll be high, and it'll go to the 30, and it is a fair catch, getting them onto the 31-yard line. And I mean, we'll see if the Bears can redo what they did before. No scores in the first 2 possessions. We'll see what they can do. We are back after I took a big break. I was away for like half an hour, but we're back. Same game, same everything. I just stopped it. Fields is going to take the snap, and it'll be a fake handoff. Fields is going to scramble, find an open field, has blockers. He's going to run it, and he's going to get the touchdown. Wow, and that will move their momentum, and Justin Fields will do a dance move, which I do not love for him. That is going to be a big scramble. Of course, scrambling is his main game plan. Just look at that open field, and then that block over there just allowed him to be able to succeed with that. I like to say that QB scrambles, it has a lot of pressure on other positions too, but they're going to try and take the touchdown lead with the 7. They'll get it. That is going to be a 7-point lead for the Bears. Only a 40-second drive, 2:23 left in the third. Bears will kick this one off. The Texans will bring it out. They'll bring it out to 20, and they'll be short of the 25, bring it to the 23. Let's see how the rookie CJ Stroud deals with this momentum and the 7-point deficit. Texans will snap it, and it'll be a fake handoff. Stroud will get a scramble of his own. He will get a little bit more than 10. He will get 15, actually, and bring it out to the 38-yard line. Did not know that Stroud had it in him, but, hey, I mean, you know nothing about this kid, being the first game of his career here. Stroud will take the handoff. He'll have time, throw it down, and it'll be a tough completion, but he will get it to John Mechie, having it be an 8-yard gain, making it 2nd and 2. John Mechie actually having 3 receptions for 70 yards. Stroud will snap it, and it'll be a run play, and it will actually not work this time. Not losing any yards, but not gaining any, making it 3rd and 2. Once again, with Brisker getting another tackle. Let's see how they deal with this 3rd and 2. It snaps. Stroud, 3rd and 2. They'll find an open receiver, and he will give it to Dalton Schultz for the first down. And I think it will actually be 3 or 4 yards here. Stroud will take the handoff, and it'll be a run play, and he will find a little bit of momentum. Damian Pierce will get the 4-yard rush, putting them on the 43 now, and this will probably be the end of the 3rd quarter. That will end the 3rd quarter. Score going to the Bears. Pass play is going to the Texans. Passing yards going to the Texans. Rush play is going to the Texans. And rushing yards, I believe, went to the Bears, actually. Texans statistically look a little bit better, but the Bears do lead with the score. Texans will have a big run play, making it 3rd and 1 now. Damian Pierce breaking 100 yards with a 107 and a touchdown. Damian Pierce has been playing a very good game today. So has Stroud, and we haven't seen too many errors on the field. 3rd and 1. Stroud will not hand it off, and he will find a receiver, Robert Woods, who will get a big juke and then get suplexed. But getting extra yards, putting them now on the 22-yard line. I mean, what else can you ask? Robert Woods having an absolute game today. Just look at that separation and that juke that comes up right there. Then getting body slammed like it is the WWE. Stroud will hand it off to Damian Pierce, who won't get the best rush, but he will get 3, which will help him, of course, now being within 20, being on the 19-yard. 2nd and 7. We have a loaded backfield. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what they choose to do with the pass. It will be a rush play. Damian Pierce will actually get held up, and it'll still be 3rd and 7, but they will be back to the 20-yard line, losing less than a yard. Damian Pierce this quarter has seemed to be getting stopped a little bit more than normal. Stroud having a 3rd and 7 situation. We've seen a lot of 3rd and 7 this game, and it will be a handoff. Damian Pierce will get close, making a defender miss, and then staying up, but he won't get it. 4th and 1. Let's see if the Texans decide to go for it. Breaking 300 total yards, and Brisker getting his 5th tackle of the game. He's been a big part of this Bears defense, but let's see if he can keep it up. 4th and 1. They're going to go for it. Let's see what Stroud can do here. Snap. Handed off, and Damian Pierce will find a hole. I don't believe it, and he will go down within the 10 onto the 9. They are just making a lot of room here. 1st and goal. Let's see what they can do. Being on the 9, Stroud has time, feeling a little bit of pressure right now, stepping back, looking comfortable. His line will be broken. He will throw it out of bounds. Just avoid any loss of yards, even though he probably could have scrambled for a few there. The offensive line, defensive line had an absolute battle there. It'll be 2nd and goal, but you really got to take it and just say wow to that Bears defense clamping up everything in the end zone. Stroud will throw it out of bounds again, making it 3rd and goal, trying to avoid a sack, which he obviously would have gotten if he chose to hang on to it any longer. They're going to see if they can convert this. I mean, the Bears defense in the end zone has been remarkable so far this drive. And let's see if they can hold them to a stop and possibly a field goal, or not even a score here if they choose to go for it on 4th. Stroud will keep it throw it into the end zone and find an open Robert Woods. I think this will be the 3rd touchdown of his for this game, or maybe the 2nd actually. That'll be his 2nd touchdown of the game. Robert Woods had been going absolutely insane this game, proving that he, although being a veteran, is a wide receiver 1. The extra point to tie it up. It's been a close game, of course, being the last year PooperBowl. It's been going a lot better than we expected with a lot of electric plays from both offense and defense. The game will be tied. 2 minutes and 44 seconds left in the 4th. Bears will get it. Let's see if they can just run out this clock and possibly score that game-winning field goal. Texans will kick it off. Let's see if the Bears will receive. They will. Running down the field, getting that good return and not much more, going to the 26-yard line. Let's see what Justin Fields can do with not a lot of time, but a good amount of time to work with to hopefully win this game. I think this could be a good opportunity for Fields to get his rushing yards up and possibly stall out time so that they can make it a little bit of a tighter game, maybe even just scoring a field goal and ending it. I think this is a good situation for him. Also having Khalil Herbert in the backfield, maybe the other one. Khalil Herbert will take it, and he will fight for some extra yards, a 6-yard gain, making it 2nd and 4. The Bears seem to have the right intentions for how they're going to deal with this last 2.5 minutes of the game. For some reason, my game is a little bit glitchy right now. Alright, I fixed it. There was a completion, making it 3rd and 2. My apologies, and the 2-minute warning will be brought up. Hopefully the Bears can just work downfield and get that score. 2-minute warning, 3rd and 2. Let's see what they can do here. Fields will scramble out to his right, I believe, and then jump for some extra yards, bring them to the 44. They don't have a lot of time, and they need to work out of bounds. Fields, like I said, I mean, his scrambles here could be game-winning. Let's see what he can do as he's going to snap this ball, calling a few audibles first. He grabs it, keeps it, and he'll throw it downfield to find himself a receiver, but it will get knocked out before the receiver even touches the ground, as the Texans defense isn't looking too bad. 2nd and 10 will be forced upon the Bears with less than a minute and a half remaining. Of course, the incomplete pass does force a stop of the time, which is good for the Texans and good for the Bears. Who's it better for? We'll see as time goes on. Fields will scramble downfield and get himself almost up to 130 yards and bring him to the 38-yard line. Fields has been electric this game scrambling. This next play will mark 1 minute on the clock, and the Bears, honestly, with Justin Fields running, they'll get them downfield. Fields will snap it. Big play, and they will not get it, but they won't get a loss either. They'll be 2nd and 10 once again on the 39. Bears are not taking any timeouts. I think they believe, oh, there it is. They want to waste a little bit more time. Honestly, all they want to do is get like 10 or 20 more yards, and it's a comfortable field goal right there. Right now, they couldn't take the field goal, but so it means that the Texans, if they get a stop right here, it'll be a punt or an attempt field goal that might not make it. As we appear 2nd and 10 on the 39, Fields will snap it, give it to Khalil Herbert, who will only get 2 yards, and the Bears will take another timeout, bring them down to the 36, breaking 250 all-purpose yards for this game. I mean, this rushing game has been absolutely just really good this game. We'll see, actually, we'll take a look at the stats between Fields and Herbert after this to see who the best rusher is. Because Fields has been looking really good, and Herbert has been looking good as well. As I say that, Herbert gets a good play there. 4th and 3, 30 seconds remain. As the Texans will take a timeout, they will bring out the kicking team to try and get the lead and possibly the final score of this game. Oh, actually, Justin Fields will be brought out on the field. Oh, no, he won't. I was gonna say, big kick right now, guys. The Bears standing at, what, the 42-yard line. And it'll be good. The Bears will get full momentum to try and stop the Texans on defense, only having 30 seconds. to try and get a touchdown or a field goal to tie it. Let's see what they can do with 26 seconds only. CJ Stroud has proved that he can launch it downfield this game. He hasn't had too many long throws, but the ones that he have not ended up too well, being mostly knocked out, and now having a bunch of things going against them with the momentum bar being so high. They'll get it to the 25 with that touchback. See what they can do with the 26 seconds. The Texans are looking for a field goal here to force OT. See what happens. Stroud steps back, gets a shorter pass off to number 8. I am not quite sure who that is. 7 to 8. And it'll only be a 7-yard gain to Mechie. I have to remember that Mechie's 8. Timeout's taken. We have 20 seconds. They need to rifle some things downfield. Stroud is a good point to prove that he is, in fact, deserving of that second overall pick. I think this game he has proved it, but this game could solidify him over Bryce Young, the first overall pick. Stroud steps back in the pocket a little bit more, and he will find a man, and they will get out of bounds. Oh no, he won't. He'll be touched out. It is on the 50. This is an unmakeable kick, and the Texans reluctant to take their timeout until 5 seconds. I'm not sure how smart that was. We'll see what the Texans can do here. Texans have 1 timeout left. The Bears lost their gold momentum bar. Let's see what they can do. They need a touchdown out of this, or even just a few yards, and go out of bounds. As Stroud will take it, step back. This game is going to be over unless this is a touchdown. This is the last play, and it will be batted away. The Bears will be your PooperBowl winner. The people who got the first overall pick and traded it. This is such a remarkable game so far. Of course, a lot of frustration from the Texans. But the Bears will take that final kick and will win. What a game. We'll check out the stats in a minute. All right, let's check out some of the player stats. Well, let's check out the team stats first. Team stats, we have total offense. So score goes to the Bears. The total offense will actually go to the Texans. aka the losers. The rushing yards will go to the Bears with Justin Fields, Devontae Foreman, and Khalil Herbert just being massive. But passing yards, the Bears will only get 77, but the Texans will get 208, which is such a big gain. First downs, the Texans actually had 2 more. The per yards, I don't know what this is. The something yards, the Texans had 7. Or post-reception yards, maybe. Oh, punt return yards, the Texans will get 7, the Bears will get 0. Kick return yards, the Bears actually had 61, where the Texans had 39. Total yards, the Texans actually had a significant amount more, having 386 compared to the Bears, 316. Turnovers, the Texans, the Bears had 0 turnovers, where the Texans had 1. Third down conversions, the Texans had 60% opposed to the Bears 57, which they actually they had a less amount. Fourth down conversions, the Texans, the Bears actually didn't have any fourth down conversions, but the Texans had 5, going for 66%. 2-point conversions, neither of them did any. Red zone percentage, the Bears were clamping them, but the Texans still went 2 for 4, 50%, while the Bears went 1 for 3, 33%. Red zone touchdowns, the Texans had 2, while the Bears had 1, those being 2 of their 3. None of them had red zone field goals, none of them had penalties, but the possession time, Texans had more possessions. Texans had a lot more in pretty much everything, but not that. Let's look at the players where, well, I want to see something. CJ Stroud was the better quarterback here, throwing for 114 yards opposed to Justin Fields. Or the QB rating for CJ Stroud was 114.4 opposed to Justin Fields 80.7. Scoring 18 out of 27, which is 66%. Opposed to Justin Fields 10 out of 15, which is also a 66%. CJ Stroud threw for 208 yards, opposed to Fields 83 yards. since he was running a lot. 2 passing touchdowns opposed to Justin Fields' 0. Also having higher average and long. Let's go over to the rushing yards this game. We had Dameon Pierce rush for being our rushing leader. 13 attempts for 120 yards, 1 touchdown, 9.2 average, 1 fumble, 2 broken tackles, 21 yards after contact, 120 yard, 20 plus, and a 75 long. Justin Fields coming in second with 8 rushes for 122 yards, 15 average, 1 touchdown, 0 fumbles, 1 broken tackle, being a quarterback, 14 yards after contact, 220 pluses, a 47 long, followed by Khalil Herbert, the running back, Devin Singletary, Deontay Foreman, Travis Homer, and then CJ Stroud bottoming it off. Receiving wise, Robert Woods was the star of this show. Receiving wise, I mean, you just look at these. Houston. Robert Woods got 9 receptions for 101 yards, averaging 11.2, 2 touchdowns, 33 run after catch, 3 average, 0 drops, and 22 for the longest. Followed up by John Mechie, 4 receptions for 77 yards, 19 average, 11 run after catch, average of 2.7, and a long of 31. Then Noah Brown, and then Mercedes Lewis was the leader for the Bears, and Travis Homer, Dalton Schultz, and then Cole Kmet, followed by a few others. Showing that the Texans were a lot better. Blocking wise, our top 3 blockers were Nate Davis, Tevin Jenkins, and Titus Howard, with 2 pancakes for Jenkins and Davis, and 1 sack for Braxton Jones. The Bears O-line looked great this game. Alright. I do not know what I'm doing now. Defensively, our leader was Jaquan Brisker, the strong safety. For the Bears, 5 solo tackles, 11 total, 1 TFL, and a pass deflection. Followed by Jalen Johnson with 5 tackles and a deflection. Then Denzel Perryman with 3 tackles, or with a total of 8 tackles and a pass deflection. MJ Stewart Jr. with a total of 6 tackles. And then we have Will Anderson, Jimmy Ward, TJ Edwards, Jonathan Greenard, and others. Kicking wise, Cario Santos led us with 1 field goal made, 2 field goal attempts, and a long of 48, and 3 extra points. And then another kicker, Trenton Gill, followed by the Texans. Punting wise, we have Trenton Gill with 2 punts for 55 yards. And then we have Cameron Johnston with 1 punt for 33 yards. And then kick returning, Belus Jones Jr. had 3 kick returns for 61 yards, along 24. And then Tank Dell with 2 kick returns for 39, average of 19. And then we have punt returns with Desmond King with 2, 7 return yards, and then nobody else with any. And that is going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This is a little bit different, but it is honestly really fun. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll do more of these, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and goodbye.